Alright, with this new dumb Pirates era coming, which is a terrible follow-up to Order 66, Revenge of the Sith, or whatever you want to call it, era. We have the first new pirate coming, Captain Ithano. Nobody knows who the F he is, which makes sense. They did choose some super random character that nobody would care about or know about because it's a pirate. That's not why we like Star Wars. If we liked pirates, we'd be huge Pirates of the Caribbean fans. So anyways, I already did the super half-assed developers insights, and I mean that not from my end of things, but from CG's end of things. So anyways, this is the not very exciting kit reveal, so let's get it. Alright, first we have Corsair Blaster Rifle. It's just a very boring, basic little shot there. Wow. He's shooting a gun. Cool. Final text. Deal physical damage to target enemy and gain offense up for 1 turn. During Ithano's turn, grant foresight to pirate support and tank allies for 1 turn. Okay, at least the basic, I guess, does some stuff. Gives some offense 1 up. Wow. Offense up. And hooks up supports and tanks with foresight. I suppose that's slightly cool. Lower your shields. Cooldown 4. This is the special move, and he uses a basic handheld gun versus his rifle on the basic. That seems a little bit backwards, but okay. Again, though, just 1 boring shot. Dink, that's it. Final text. Deal physical damage to target enemy. If the target enemy has defense up or protection up, steal them, reset their duration, and grant stolen buffs on himself to all pirate allies, then attack again, dealing 50% more damage. If no buffs are stolen, attack again and inflict defense down on target enemy for 1 turn. So if you steal buffs, then you can attack again, dealing 50% more damage, but if you steal no buffs, you're still attacking again, you're just not getting that damage increase, or is the damage increase still happening, but they just didn't put it because it's just a little more boring that you didn't steal any buffs. It's probably just not happening. So I guess you're way better off trying to actually steal buffs. 1, you get them, and 2, you hit again a lot more hard. If Ithano has 3 or fewer stacks of profit, dispel all buffs on the target enemy. I mean, I thought that's what this move does. You steal the buffs and then they don't have them. Or are you supposed to just steal them and the enemy still has them as well? I thought the whole point of stealing was they didn't have it anymore. I don't know, I guess I'm confused on how this works. If Ithano has more than 3 stacks of profit, he dispels all the buffs on himself. Okay. Intimidating display. Cooldown of 4 and has a Zeta. Alright, so intimidating display is just he shoots like a stormtrooper. Misses the target every time, just kind of taunts with his big gun. His Corsair Blaster. Final text. Deal physical damage to all enemies, even though you've completely missed. Gain defense penetration up for 2 turns, and expose the target enemy for 1 turn. If the ally in the leader slot is a non-galactic legend pirate support, and Ithano has foresight, okay, attack again and call allied Kix and Gig Quiggled to assist. Well, we don't have Kix or Quiggled in the game yet, but I guess they're already incorporating them into this kit. Don't know why just them 2 specifically, but sure. If Ithano has at least 4 stacks of profit, inflict fear on the target enemy for 1 turn at the end of his turn, which can't be evaded or resisted. Non-galactic legend pirate support. So what is he? Is he a support? Would this even work for himself? No, he's an attacker. So I guess it's some other pirate leader that they're making this move for. That's weird. So he's a leader, but they have in his kit bonuses, if you will, for a different leader to be in the leader slot. That is weird. Hey, I know this guy is a leader, and he's the first pirate coming, well, second if you count Hondo, pirate coming to the game, so he'll be able to be the first leader that you have for this squad, but you know what, use the other one. Use the other leader, not this one. How does that make any sense? What a weird, little caveat there. Unique 1, I don't die so easily. Zeta and an Omicron. Final text. At the start of battle, if all allies are pirates, Ithano gains 50% offense, and the first time Ithano is defeated, he is revived with 50% health. While Ithano has Foresight, he gains 30% offense, and whenever Foresight expires, Ithano gains Retribution for 1 turn. All these boosts, so let's see, he gains 50% offense, so that would be on top of what he already has baseline. Now it says, while he has Foresight, he gains 30% offense. So is that on top of the 50% boost? So is that 30% of that new increased offense, or is that 30% of his baseline, which essentially means he's only at 80%? Anyways, whenever Quiggold falls below 50% of his health for the first time, Ithano marks himself for 2 turns. That's very weird. He's not a tank. He's an attacker. Why would he be marking himself? While Ithano is marked this way, he gains 80% bonus protection, 40% offense, and tenacity up until marked expires. Shouldn't that say, and 40% offense and tenacity? I don't know. If Ithano defeats an enemy while he is marked this way, he gains 2 stacks of profit, stacking max 5. Whenever Ithano uses an ability on his turn, he gains Foresight for 1 turn. Whenever Ithano uses a special ability and has at least 4 stacks of profit, remove all the stacks and deal bonus 2 damage to the target enemy. So, whenever he uses an ability on his turn, he gains Foresight. And then there's that other move that grants Foresight, his basic ability, grants Foresight to all tanks and supports. But he also gains it every single time for every move. That move just grants it to those characters on his basic. So, I guess Captain Ithano, whatever the heck his name is able to regularly get Foresight, which is halfway decent. With how many counterattacks and all that there are in the game, I feel like that'll be quickly dispelled, but still, I guess it's a cool function to have. Now the Omicron is for territory wars, probably one of the worst options for Omicrons. At the start of each encounter, Ithano gains accuracy up and speed up for 5 turns. While whenever Ithano scores a critical hit, call a random pirate support and tank ally to assist, dealing 50% more damage. At the end of the turn, if there is no Galactic Legend in the allied slot and Ithano has more than 3 stacks of profit, inflict Death Mark on the strongest enemy for 1 turn, which can't be dispelled or evaded. If an enemy is defeated, all pirate allies gain 3 stacks of profit, stacking max 5, and gain defense penetration up, offense up, and retribution for 2 turns. Also, call a random pirate support and tank ally to assist, dealing 50% more damage. Is that each one is dealing 50% more damage than what Ithano just did, or is it just like their damage combined will equal 50% more? I feel like it probably would be easier for the programming to just give them 50% more damage than what was just done each, than to make it so that their total together is 50%. Otherwise, because you're going to have to do weird math and probably extra programming and stuff to make that happen. Anyhow, leader, Crimson Corsair. I guess this doesn't matter because, his second special suggests using a different leader, but okay, what's this do? Final text. At the start of battle, all pirate allies gain 30% max health and max protection. Then they gain offense up and tenacity up for 1 turn. At the start of their turn, if a pirate ally has more buffs than debuffs, they gain a stack of profit, stacking max 5. If they have more debuffs than buffs, they lose a stack of profit. Oh. So I guess that's where his ability to steal buffs comes in very handy, because you're going to want to have buffs. A, obviously you just want buffs in general. But B, then you can get these stacks of profit. You don't want to lose that. And I would assume Profit has a lot of benefits for all the characters. Each character that's going to come out probably has some kind of boost to it. This guy had some boosts to having Profit. So, yeah. Anyways, what's the community say? This better be funny. Captain, no one wants this crap. Yep. Shh. Okay. Will kits be updated to say can't be copied, spelled, prevented, or stolen? I wonder. That is true, though. Sweet. While I may have my criticisms, I'm legit happy that pirates are coming to Swigo. However, stealing should have been plundering. Pirates never steal. They're above that. They plunder and acquire. That's a pretty dumb comment. First off, pirates do steal. Plundering is the same thing, just said in their language. And pirates coming to Swigo is not exciting. That's dumb. I wish that the community of this game would just stop wailing mindlessly on everything. You would think that people with a lot of money would have more brain cells than a bag of potato, but they clearly don't. This community will always be disrespected and looked at as a fool until this brainless wailing stops. It's very true, because see, you can, it's like all these things that everybody complains about. People complain about it, but then they still go out and do it. So everybody will hate on these dumb pirates because it is dumb and it's a stupid faction, but the dumb whales and krakens are still gonna pay and get these characters to 7-star and all that. That way then they can get, you know, the latest dumb GL Hondo when he comes out, and get whatever else. And it's like, what did you complain for? It's like the Switch 2. Switch 2 currently is kind of just a piece of crap. It's barely anything more special than the Switch 1. And there's no games for it and all this. And everybody complains and they all say this, but yet it's been selling like crazy. Don't buy the stupid thing, idiots. Don't complain about it and then go and buy it. I have made several criticisms of that dumb system. I don't have one, and I don't plan on getting one anytime soon. I mean, as of now, I would say never. But you never know. Maybe that'll change. Maybe in the future, something will be like, well, I guess I'll get the stupid console now. But as of now, no. And I saw that they're coming out with some more games pretty soon, and like none of them seem exciting. The only one that looked halfway decent-ish, if it's even real, was Super Mario Galaxy 3. And it's just like, okay, that's still not enough to make me want to go buy a stupid Switch 2. Yeah. Like, there have been games that have been exciting enough to make me want to buy the console just for that one game. This ain't it. But nope, all these other idiots go and buy it though, and then make videos complaining about it. Oh, I'm glad I got the console, but it is a piece of trash. So what, you bought it just so you can make content? I feel like the only whales that make sense in this game are the ones that make content. Like, if obviously Arnold is gonna go out and buy the pirates and stuff, and it makes sense, fine, because he tests them, he gives reviews and all that. But everyone else, just the anonymous players that just want to be top of the game, that's dumb. Stop wailing on everything. Then it kind of gives CG a reason to actually listen to us when their profit margins aren't where they need to be. This latest character set nobody bought. Maybe we should listen to what the community actually wants instead of just putting dumb stuff out there. Anyways, with Mace having Omicrons for Territory War, and now this dude, please tell me you guys are going to update Territory War. It is a complete waste of mats anymore. You don't get anything in return for the investment. I mean, I usually just stay away from the Territory War ones, so there's nothing really to complain about. Just don't put them on. I mean, it's not like we're overloaded with Omicrons. They take forever to get. I usually get about one a month anyway, so just avoid the Territory Wars and stick to the better ones. Territory Battles and Grand Arena. Why are people getting mad at this? We should be thankful this game is updating. Yeah, sure, it's good that it's updating and it's staying alive and going. Otherwise, you know, without updates and stuff, it's just going to die like everything else has. You know, like how DC Legends has, and geez, even Simpsons tapped out and stuff. But at the same time, people are getting mad at this because there's plenty of other cooler, more Star Wars-y content to choose from. Pirates is bottom of the barrel. Why are you choosing something bottom of the barrel? Choose something that's cooler, that people more care about near the top. That's what they're complaining about. Like, how dumb do you have to be to put a comment like that? Demand more CG, dude. Oh yeah, good. Answering right to this dickhead. They're taking money. The least they can do is earn it. Yeah. There you go. Hello Kitty with jugs as the thing. Why Darkseid, though? He's generally portrayed as a morally ambiguous character in the Star Wars universe, leaning towards a good alignment. He aided Resistance in fight against First Order, Cult of the Sith Eternal, in the Battle of Exegol. Pirates like Sid and Ithano, if they weren't fully committed to one side of the conflict, should be more of a neutral alignment like Hondo, who benefited from both sides. With this, you could expand neutral base of characters in the game and add some variety to it. Yeah, how come all we have is one neutral so far? What was the whole point of that? Just to say we did it? I mean, they have only Hondo as a neutral. Nobody else. They haven't updated any of the existing characters to turn them neutral. I mean, I feel like all, like, smugglers and scoundrels should be neutral, because that's what they do. They work for whatever side is going to pay them. Like, look at Han. Han is considered light side because he ended up partnering with Luke and all them, who ended up being part of the rebels who are light side and stuff. But he clearly has done work for dark side before as well. I mean, in the Han Solo movie, he worked for the Empire. He's got debts to Jabba and all this. So, you know, he just does whatever is needed of him. He's not light side, he's not dark side. He's just a guy trying to live. He's neutral. And I'm sure all these pirates could be neutral as well. What the heck? Might as well make, you know, if one pirate can count as neutral, then they basically all could. I mean, I'm sure there's some that's a little bit more devious than others, and they would be specifically dark side, but I mean, this person right here is saying that he's kind of neutral-ish, so yeah, why not capitalize on that neutral tag that you have instead of just have one character? It's so weird, random, and he just has nowhere to go. He has no true alignment because he can't align. He can't even align with just like generic light side allies or dark side allies because he's neutral. He's not either of those. Anyhow, why did neutral Hondo not get profit? What makes Captain one short story worthy? What makes Captain one short story worthy of profit, but not the most profitable pirate? I get it. They're saying that this guy, Captain Ithano, whatever the heck his name is part of a short story. That's what they told us in the developers' insights. But yeah, he gets profit, where Hondo, the most famous pirate in Star Wars, doesn't get it. But that is a good question. I thought Hondo did have it. He has something. What is his ability called? Chance or something? I don't know. But still, yeah, I mean, that is a valid question. Why does the doofus get profit, but not somebody that people actually know? Or not only that people know, but I mean the one that probably would be more focused on profit and such, as him being a more true pirate for his legacy, if you will, versus just some random doofus who's like, hey, I've only been mentioned very briefly in a short story. I barely count. I'm done now anyways, nothing else to talk about. Just very disappointed in this faction, and I don't really care about any of these characters coming out. I'll still do the videos, but I ain't excited. Jeez, I can't say I'm always excited about characters, but, you know, sometimes when it's something that's, like, I didn't know too much about Kelleran Beck, but he seemed cool. Ooh, look, there's some Jedi. I don't know who he is, but cool. This guy's just, like, cool. Like a sarcastic cool. But anyways, I guess that's all I got, so thanks for checking this out with me, and until next time, which is probably just going to be more stupid pirates, I said see ya.